is getting ready to watch the Scripps National Spelling Bee. We will be following along. We will be spelling along, or I will. I don't know if Paul, I'm not sure if you'll be partaking. I always like to try to spell the words before they come up on the screen. That's part of the fun for me.
So when you proposed this, and you said we could do a spell along, I was like, well, how does that work? Don't they put the word right up?
They give you a little time before they'll start showing like the definition. They'll give you like the parts of speech. Like the kids will ask like language of origin, part of speech, like whether it's a noun, adjective, adverb, things like that. And so they'll give you those on there before they actually reveal the word. They'll also give you like different pronunciations if there's some different ones. Like some of them have some various different pronunciations that'll give you clues to what's going on in there. So I always like to spell along. This is you said you've caught parts of it before, right? Like,
yeah, I mean over the years, I obviously haven't watched it like religiously every year, but yeah, I mean when ESPN had it for those years, I would.
That's what I was going to say. It used to be on ESPN, and that's when it was like big with a lot of people, I think.
I will say we mentioned this on the show. If anyone hasn't seen the movie Bad Words,
highly recommend.
Jason Bateman, highly recommend.
So I started watching this. So my freshman year of high school, because it's in May, like it was around the time like we would get out early. We would have exams, and you would get home early at the end of the period or end of the day in high school. And so I got home, and this was like around the time that you talked about where it was on ESPN. And so I turned on ESPN. I was like, what's going on here? And so I was like, like instantly captivated by what was happening. And I think this was the year that a kid fainted while spelling a word. Like he was like standing there, all of a sudden.
I remember that. Yeah.
That's one of the bigger moments. And so I remember watching that. I was like, man, this is incredible. You got guys that are like, heavy breathers. You got some people are like, you can tell they're hyperventilating all the time. You got some people who are like acting really cool. And then you got some smugness going on sometimes. And so you're always actively rooting against those kids. And ever since I've tried to like watch every year, I think I missed it last year just because of the calendar. I like other stuff got in the way. And there was one year where it was on a channel that I didn't have access to. And so I missed it that year too. But,
Speaking of that, we should mention for those watching along with us, if you're looking for it, it's on Ion TV. You and I both have YouTube TV, so it is available to us. But
that is correct.
Anybody else looking for it? You think there are illegal streams going on around the world?
Oh, there's got to be somebody's on Twitter, with their video camera doing a live stream there. There's definitely something going on. The problem was I got on some of the gambling sites, and there were no lines posted for who was going to win this. Like that's the real problem is where am I supposed to bet on this stuff? Can I pay a kid to like take a dive for me? Like how much? That's the real question.
What's funny is have you ever seen the movie Snatch with it's a Guy Ritchie movie. It's from like the early 2000s.
I think I've seen it, but it's been like so long I don't really remember any of it.
So it's Brad Pitt playing one of his weirder roles, but honestly, like one of his better roles. He's like this Cockney bare knuckle boxer, and when he talks. So when I watched it recently, I had subtitles on. That's the only way. And even the subtitles at some point would say inaudible because you couldn't understand what he was saying. We got a word here. You know what I was thinking was that these kids should have walk-up music.
They should.
You know what I mean?
Icepag. ICEPAG. Oh, ISO.
Yes, Greek. Yeah, so it's ISO.
ISOPAG is my guess. The thing that's tricky with Greek is like the schwa sounds, like the There we go. Icepag. Yeah. The last night we were watching the semis and a word came up that was from Romanian. And I was able to spell that because Romanian is from Latin and it has very hard and fast rules on what sounds things make. And so that one was an easier one for the initiated.
Right.
So I was looking at the makeup of the finalists. We've only got one Texan in there this year out of I think we got 9 left here.
Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, 9. Looks like.
Corbicula.
I think you're ahead of me.
I think so. Can you fast forward to live?
I thought I was live. Hang on. Where's my phone?
Corbis. Corbicula.
Corbicula. I've got the subtitles on, so it's spelling it for me.
Man.
I didn't think about that.
You were going to crush this competition.
Well, I just happened to look up, and he was ending the part where it was like, and he said Corbicula and said the word. Let me make sure I'm live here. We'll do it live.
Kadam.
Easy for you to say.
Dolabrate. Dolabrate.
Dolabrate? Is that what it is?
Yes. I think I pulled a Dolabrate out of whack the other day while I was exercising.
Ooh.
Dolabrate. Dolobrate is my guess here. Dolabrate. Sounds like elaborate, but with a dough in front. You know, like a ma and a newer.
Yeah, there you go. Well, you were saying earlier that some of these contestants have smugness, and we know from Seinfeld that smugness is not a good quality.
No, we don't want smugness. I think I put an O where that A should have been, that first A.
Yeah.
Now, the interesting part will be once we've gotten down.
You were pretty close.
I was close.
Yeah, I mean, basically what you said is elaborate, but with Dola in the beginning.
Sarv.
This kid looks like the kid from Bad Words.
What?
The kid that's spelling right now looks like the kid from Bad Words.
Yes. There's got to be something. Ethology sounds like there's got to be like some kind of catch. Some of these like sound too easy, and you're like, there's got to be some sort of catch here. Ethology.
What was the word?
Seems like it's ethology.
ETHOLOGY.
That seems like the way it would go, right? Yeah, straightforward.
Hey, I might have got
the
one.
Finals here. How is this a finals word? Well, I think they're point shaving.
Somebody's got a Sarv here at plus 300 or something.
Oh yeah, man! Somebody threw some big money on the 11-year-old.
What's the age limit on this? Like how?
It's like I think it's 8th grade, so I want to say it's like what, like 14?
Well, yeah, because from So from bad words, we know that you have to be.
He had an 8th grade eligibility there.
He never finished the 8th grade, so he.
I will say that I don't think anybody from our places of origin will be competing in this anytime soon, given that they still haven't legalized dictionaries in those parts of the world.
Yeah. Did you guys at your school? Did you guys have like spelling bees?
We only had one in like 4th or 5th grade. Like that's the only one I ever remember having.
I feel like we had one in elementary school, but it was just like you would do it in class, and then like the 3 best ones from that would go to.
That's what happened to us. I think we had a spelling contest in our class, and then the top 2 went to the B. I remember I cracked under pressure.
Oh,
it was no good. I mean, I think I misspelled familiar.
That's a tough one.
It is.
To be honest.
I want to redo. I need to check and see if I have any eligibility left.
Hey, Jason Bateman showed us how.
Yep.
We're at commercial right now for the Spelling Bee, and they're also at commercial.
The new honey chicken from Chipotle is supposed to be really good.
It looks good. I mean, can I tell a quick Chipotle story? I may have told this story on the show before.
Let me ask: Is it DoorDash related?
No.
No. Oh.
No. So, 2 years ago, I got to go to a conference for work, and it was in San Francisco.
Okay, this is not the one in Nashville.
No. It was in San Francisco, and it was me and my boss at the time, and then one of my coworkers were at this conference.
Okay.
And so my coworker and I were staying at the same hotel, but my boss was staying at a different hotel. She actually got to stay. My boss actually got to stay at the hotel right by the ballpark, like right by the Giants ballpark.
Oh,
really nice. Yeah. Anyway, so my coworker and I were walking back to our hotel at the end of the day. It was like day 2 of the conference. And we hadn't had dinner yet. And she goes, "Hey, do you want to just go to Chipotle?" Because it was like on our way to the hotel. And I'm like, leave it to 2 Texas people to come all the way to San Francisco and go to Chipotle.
Let's just eat at Chipotle.
Let's just eat at Chipotle.
Sampling some of the local fare as one is one.
We did when we first got to San Francisco, day 1, we found like this food truck park, I guess, or like where all the food trucks park, and you could just sample. You go to different food trucks, and man, I had some of the best pizza I've ever had from just a food truck in San Francisco.
I'm surprised you didn't get rice wine. That's the San Francisco treat.
That's true. I also didn't get Nashville hot chicken. If I have to go back to Nashville this year, I'll have to get some hot chicken.
Yes. See if you can
quick school
Levis too.
He might not be there.
He might be in New Orleans, update. From what I hear.
Who knows? Quick, hey, I'm trying to stay calm, but like, there's this video going around of Tyler Shuck throwing like a 50-yard bomb in practice today.
Can he throw it as far as Joe Milton though?
Probably not. Quick scoring update here: Knicks 10, Pacers 5. Got about 9 minutes left in the first quarter.
That series has been awesome. Like every game has been great.
Yeah.
Now the other series, on the other hand, the one that has concluded.
That was rough.
I turned that game on last night because I was like, I'll check in because I was checking in on the hockey and the basketball. Like YouTube TV has the split screen, and so I was like, I'm going to check in on these, and I was like, well, there's no point in checking in on the basketball anymore.
Yeah, every game has been really close in this Knicks Pacers series. Even though it's like, I mean, game one, that comeback the Pacers had in game one was unreal. But by the way, a week from tonight, NBA Finals start.
That's right, because it's a set date. It's not contingent on when the other series wrap up. Well, the Believe program.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. You're back.
Okay, good.
You're frozen on me for a second.
Sorry about that. Well, you froze on me too.
TECHNICAL.
Right. So I can hear you, but your screen is still frozen on me for what it's worth.
Okay. If you can hear me, that's the important thing. Nobody needs.
This is why I wanted to do my work computer, because that usually works better. But I guess they're trying to silence me, Jerry.
They put the kibosh on that. They're trying to silence you.
Yeah. Let me make sure I don't have anything else like open or something.
I think this is like what the
there's videos back up.
Who doesn't believe in books. Bibli.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, Bibliagnost. Bibliagnost. Agnost. Agnost.
The definition says one who has comprehensive knowledge of books.
I have many leather-bound books. Agnost. I put an A in there. I've been putting A's in there where there's no A's.
Let's see how she does here. Got it.
There was one year the kid was like a huge Cowboys fan, like like his favorite athlete was Des Bryant.
Okay. Did he blow it in like the final round or something?
No, he won it. The winner was.
Okay.
He caught it. Infula. INFULA. What's an in? I think that's what you got right now, Paul. You got the infula.
I thought you were saying infielder, but like.
And that's how Boston fans say infielder. Hey, we need an infila.
Yeah, what?
We need another infila.
What position did Pedroia play? Yeah.
He was an infila.
Yeah.
What is a fillet? Is that like a fillet? Is that a different from a fillet?
Well, the definition says fillet, so
yeah.
A fillet of
a fillet of wool. This girl is sponsored by the Carolina Panthers, by the way. Because everybody
this one over here?
Huh?
Oh yeah, I see. Okay, yeah.
I would just put the words item and potent together for this. ITEM.
What's the word?
TENT. Itempotent.
What's the word?
Itempotent. It sounds like item potent.
Item. Yeah, I learned about the. I should know this because I have a math degree. I learned about. I should know this because I have a math degree, but yeah, idempotent. Yeah, yeah. I've heard of this word. Well, when I saw, yeah. Yeah, it's I can't describe to you what it means, but I'm coming up
what do you think
on
the line is on like national descent of the spelling bee winner every year?
Oh gosh.
That's like minus 1,000, like just to lead off.
Right. What's this word? What we got here?
Gomphosis?
Gumphosis? Is that for like Forrest Gump? Oh, Gump.
Or maybe it's gumbosis, like a gumbo. Maybe it's a soup.
Oh, there you go. Hang on, they had the definition up, but I can't. Union or immovable articulation in which a hard part is received. Oh, never mind. Into a bone cavity.
I don't think that's one I'm going to be working into conversation anytime soon.
Right. Yeah. Bring that one up at work and see what happens.
That's like the what is it? It's anathema. How long have you been waiting to work that one into conversation?
Right.
Oh, here's our Texan. This is
all right. Cool.
Politique. Politique. It's got some French in there, Paul. You're
politique.
Yeah. Politique.
That sounds right to me. Politiq. Yeah, QUE.
That's what I'd go with. Because of the French, right? You got to put the Q's in there. Y'all love the Q's.
Exactly.
Y'all love the Q's and the X's.
Gotta love the Q's.
Boom. We nailed it, Paul. That's a good one.
There you go. This is where in Texas is this guy from?
I want to say Dallas area.
Okay. So, quick rule check here. So, I see they have the clock going. So they have that much time to spell it. So if it gets to 0,
you're out. You're gone.
They really are taking this seriously. They got these guys in the.
Yeah, we got commentators. They bring back past champions to work to commentate. It's like Tom Brady over here on Fox, Tony Romo on CBS.
Okay, what
man, the kid on the
real
right's better than I am.
No joke. Job. What real life sports commentators would you want commentating a spelling bee?
Oh, that's a good question.
For me, it'd be inside the NBA. Like if you had Charles Barkley and Shaq.
Getting Charles Barkley's commentary. One of my favorite Charles Barkley quotes was the inside the NBA was about to go off and Pawn Stars was coming up next, and Ernie goes Pawn Stars is up next, and Barkley goes, I know what I'm watching when I get home, and Ernie goes, Chuck, it's Pawn Stars. All right, Oilers are up 1-0 now.
That show my favorite quote about Inside the NBA is that it's the best show on TV interrupted by 2 hours of basketball.
Well, where are they going next year? They're going somewhere else, right?
ESPN, I think. Okay. Because right now, I was watching the pregame for the Knicks game because it's on TNT, and they're doing like a tribute to Inside the NBA because this could be the last game for them this year.
Also did they did a whole big thing during the All-Star break that was apparently like not very well liked because they did it in the middle of the game and like completely interrupted everything from what I hear.
I didn't see that.
I didn't see it. I just heard everyone talking about it, and they were just like they were crushing it. Like they were like, why are we doing this now? So right. hopefully it'll this won't be in the middle of the game, right?
No. This was pregame. They did like a best moments of the season type thing, and I think they've even started doing a like a behind the scenes show for it. Which, by the way, did you see who's going to be the Hard Knocks?
I saw who was going to be the in season.
Yeah, and I bet you did. How are we feeling? How are we feeling about that?
I'm sure it won't be a distraction.
Well, at least though it's not just the Cowboys.
Yeah, if that's
it's
true.
Like all four teams.
I do like that.
I'm interested to see Buffalo because Buffalo's the training camp team.
Oh, for some reason I thought it was the Bears. I don't know why I thought it was the Bears.
No, it's Buffalo. Buffalo almost seems kind of boring, honestly. Like, because what do they have going on in Buffalo? I mean, other than
trying to beat,
they're trying to win.
That's about it, isn't it?
Right.
I mean, there's no like for like the exciting thing. Maybe that's the thing though. Is like you're not installing any new offensive defensive systems. You're just going through a regular offseason with some new guys, but you're not. It's not a complete rebuild, and so you're not interrupting as much. Maybe
I did see because they signed Joey Bosa, the Bills did in the offseason, and he's already got like a calf injury that's going to keep him out.
Yeah, I remember when Joey Bosa was on the market, people were like, "Should the Cowboys sign him?" It was like, the guy can't stay on the field. Like, what? I mean, he's great when he's on the field, but the most important ability, Paul, is availability.
Availability. Yep. I am aware. Okay, so we've been through all 9 competitors, and nobody's gotten eliminated yet, right?
No, we've been eliminated.
All right, we've been eliminated. Well, that goes without saying.
We were eliminated before we even started. Oh, we got a Michael Jackson impersonator here. A Lions fan? For some reason, the lion is red.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we got a kid naming all the presidents in order. Yeah.
Good.
Spelling a million words isn't enough. These kids also have to have like some other side hobby where they do all this, do something else. You gotta have your fun, right? Spelling words is the job, but for fun, you go and you memorize the first 100 digits of pi.
Right. Quick score check. Knicks 27, Pacers 18. 2 minutes left to go in the first.
So the blue and orange teams are leading the games right now. The Oilers and the Knicks.
I tell you what, if the Knicks do lose this series, it will not be Jalen Brunson's fault. He has carried them this whole series.
I wonder if we'll get any videos of any of the Oilers fans trying to earn their Mardi Gras beads again. Did you see this last year?
I did not. No.
I'm gonna have to send you some Twitter links after this.
All right.
Make sure the wife's out of the room first.
Okay. NSFW.
Oh, I forgot they added multiple choice things.
What do you mean multiple choice things?
Look what we got going now.
Oh, okay.
That's got to be C.
Wow. A vasodilator?
Because it's dilator.
Yeah, I would say C.
Yeah. You're trying to dilator. Dilator, I hardly know her.
Hey, we got it. We got it right.
Gerontocracy.
Kid looks like what's his name from Neville Longbottom from Harry Potter.
Neville Longbottom?
Yeah.
There you go. Well, he nailed that one. He was up there and down in seconds.
My wife, she loves Harry Potter. We were watching a little bit of that over the weekend.
I'm going to guess fanciful. Dyslogistic. It's not logistic. Actually, it may be. Ooh, I don't know. Maybe it's C. I could go with anything here. I could be talked into any of these definitions. Oh. That was a tough one.
What was it? I missed it. What was it?
It was uncomplimentary.
Oh, that's what I thought it was. Okay.
Highland. What do we got here? Man. Man, Darv is crushing it. I think we should have put our money on Darv.
Yeah, we should have. I'm not rooting for the Carolina Panthers girl.
No, we got to cheer against her. Like
a Jeremiad?
Jeremiad. I'm guessing it's based on Jeremiah, like the biblical prophet. I'm gonna work that one. I'm gonna work into conversation. That's one I think I can get into conversation.
What was the answer? It was something marked by deep misery.
Yes,
that's being a Saints fan, isn't it?
Cerulean. This is B. This is an easy one.
Oh yeah, Cerulean. Yeah, yeah. What is it? There's a sports team that they call their blue cerulean blue.
That's a good question.
Yeah. I thought there was. I can hear somebody in my head saying the cerulean blue of such and such or whatever.
Innominable.
All right, here's the Panthers.
This is A.
Yeah.
Yep.
So after this round, do they go back?
UCLA has cerulean blue.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
An imbroglio is a complicated situation. Imbroglio. I think that's a sauce that you put on spaghetti, actually. Can I get that with imbroglio sauce? Yeah, I'll have the fettuccine imbroglio.
A complicated sauce.
Yes, it's very complicated.
Excuse me.
Ooh. That's Italian.
Oh, we got it wrong.
We're finally down one. I feel like we don't get as many knockouts on the definition words, on the the definition round. But you are right. We will go back to spelling it after this.
Do they alternate?
I think so. This is a fairly new development. So one of the things that's happened is they've added this in, and then the other thing is going to when you go into the actual finals, like the final rounds, it used to be like you would just keep going until they ran out of words, and if you ran out of words, there was a tie.
Right.
And then they had one year they had like 5 people tie, and they're like, we're not having this anymore. And so then they started doing they added lightning rounds.
With real lightning.
Sapiens has got to be wisdom, right? Yep. Like Homo sapiens. Oh, no more vocabulary rest of the night is what they're saying.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't have the volume up on mine, so They should make them spell NFL players' last names.
Oh, there we go. Chris Fu'umatuma Afala.
There you go. Or Taliasa Fuanga, the tackle for
Matt LaFleur.
Talise Fuanga, I believe it was.
Paul, I got some bad news. The Stars are now down 3-0.
I'm sorry, buddy.
I think I definitely made the right decision to watch this instead of that game.
I would have
rage quit by now.
While we're at a quick break here, I heard this topic brought up on Rich Eisen's show. If you had to divorce yourself from your favorite team, what team would you root for instead?
Ooh. So let's say the Cowboys get like wiped off the map for some reason. They're banned. They're like knocked off the face of the earth.
Right. Are you to say, you know what, to hell with this team? I'm not following them anymore.
Let's see. So I don't think I can be a Texans fan, Paul.
So that was going to be my my thought, because like you and I both live in the greater Houston area, so that would be easy. Although I'd probably go with maybe Detroit.
So I think my answer here is going to be. So when I was a kid, I really liked the Cardinals helmets. I thought they had cool helmets. Okay. And I would draw
they did
all the time. And so I feel like that's where I would go. Trying to think of other teams that obviously no other NFC East team. I don't think I could do the Texans or the Saints. No offense, buddy.
That's fine. No.
Let's see. I mean, I have a lot of friends in Tennessee. So
I guess since I do work for a company based out of Nashville, I probably could do the Titans, maybe.
But let me just. I'm gonna have to go through all of these.
Here's my problem with Tennessee. My problem with Tennessee is the whole Oilers thing, they held on to all that lineage.
At least then you can can wear the throwback stuff.
I guess
pretty sweet.
It does, but I don't know. It still just kind of rubs me the wrong way.
Maybe Baltimore.
I'm gonna. Yeah. Well, I mean,
Justin Tucker's not there anymore, so.
I was gonna say. John Harbaugh said it was a multi-layered decision to cut
Yes, what I said there were 2 layers. One
there's 2 layers.
One, he's a predator. 2, he's not a good kicker anymore. Multi-layer. There you go. That's it. That's the layers.
I think you nailed it, buddy. I'm gonna step aside here for a second. I'll be right back.
All right. I guess I'll cover and talk about some of the what is this, a plaque psoriasis commercial? Psoriatic arthritis. I'll just riff on some Skyrizi commercials. There's got to be something. I feel like I don't even know anybody with a plaque psoriasis. What are we doing with all these commercials for this thing? I think this girl is related to Emma from Degrassi. We got a real bull session going on here, eating the oysters. We got another movie remake because we don't have enough of those already. All right, we're back to the B now. Okay, I was kind of wondering when we were going to start to get some of these things, because we usually get like, you know, the think pieces, not think pieces, but like the background information on the contestants, like what they do. But I was kind of waiting for this to start. I was just talking to nobody about how they
I heard you.
They finally started doing some of the background information on the contestants because they hadn't done that yet.
I heard that you don't know anybody with plaque psoriasis. Is that right?
I don't know anybody with plaque psoriasis. Do you? I feel like we get all these commercials. Based on the number of commercials, you would think this condition is running rampant in the United States. Like, how many people do we have? What percentage of the population do you think has plaque psoriasis?
It's an excellent question.
Speaking of questions, how many nose jobs do you think this lady's had?
Whew. Brother. Whew. That was BOTOX. That's how you spell.
Oh, she's from Chandler, Arizona. She got the red on. Maybe she's a Cardinals fan.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Oh man, I watched a great movie. I'll tell you about it after this.
Aeromorphosis. EROMORPHOSIS. Aeromorphosis.
That sounds right.
I wonder if era is ERA though. Era. Oh man, I was way off. I was only off on the first letter actually.
Oh, okay.
Because I said EROMOR.
Has there ever been a controversy where like the guy pronouncing the word said it in such a way that made it seem like
there was one where they like went on and on about the pronunciation for a long time with him, and I think I can't remember if he eventually got it or not. There was also one year. Oh man, she got the wrong schwa. We're down 2 spellers now. We're down to 7.
Ooh, that's
so tough. There's one where somebody spelled the word and they went back. The judges went back and listened to him because they dinged him, and then they went back and listened, and they're like, "Oh, you actually spelled this correctly," and so they brought him back up on the stage.
Like they didn't hear him right the first time or something?
They like originally they dinged him, and then they like went back and like, Oh, you said this instead of this. He didn't end up winning, but like he lasted another couple of rounds because of that.
Now, saw a great Korean movie called Memories of Murder. It's by directed by Bong Joon-ho.
I was going to say, is it
who also directed
Korean
Parasite?
Director that I know of.
Well, yeah, he's the guy who directed Parasite, and he directed the original Snowpiercer. Yeah, so I would recommend that one. No.
Aurore. Aurore. This guy
Latin derived French. Come on, Neville.
Come on.
Oh no.
I think that's a Katy Perry song, actually. You're gonna hear me roar. I did get this one. I'm pretty good on my French and Latin roots, or French and the Romance language. That's where I'm good. Once we get into Greek or like some of the Middle Eastern, or they got stuff that's from like Native American languages. Once we get into those, like,
yeah, you know what's funny? I was just looking at the that's all right, kid. You can get cast as Neville in the new Harry Potter series.
They got a new show coming out. They're gonna.
Yeah, there you go. So I turned to look at the Knicks game for a second, and they were showing all the celebrities in the crowd.
Like Timothy Chalamet.
And right, well, so they cut, and it says Timothy Chalamet, Kylie Jenner, but if you look right next to Timothy Chalamet is Miles Teller, but they don't acknowledge him. Like they
not important enough.
That's a tough break. Tough break for
Mr. Teller.
What was his name in Top Gun Maverick? What was
You're
his
asking the
call
wrong
sign?
person.
He's Goose's son, but I don't remember. Dang it! I gotta look it up now.
Tacitus is like Mussolini. He's Tacitus. Mussolini was a Tacitus. Hitler was a Tacitus.
Oh, Rooster. Miles Teller's character in Top Gun Maverick was Rooster.
I was going to say Tacitus is not a rooster. I don't know what definition you're reading off the screen. Little Jerry. Little Jerry was a Tacitus.
He's a lean, mean Tacitus machine.
I wouldn't have gotten this. I would have put an S in there somewhere.
Okay, so we're down to what, 6 now?
Yeah, because we had another one knocked out here. So we're 0 for 2 in this round so far. Let's see.
Germanic derived French. Okay, so yeah, so
he's getting deep in the yellow bar. He got it.
$45-34 Knicks. 5.5 to left in the first half.
Oilers 3, Stars 1.
In the series and in the game.
And in the game. Now can they come back from that?
Oof, that's a long definition.
Can I just spell wedding ring? How about I just spell that?
One ring to rule them all. Is that what it is?
That's also a wedding ring.
Where?
One ring to bind them.
Oh man. Where are you at on Lord of the Rings? I don't know if we ever had that conversation.
I watched the first season, and then I've been meaning to. I wanted to rewatch the first season before I went to season 2, and then I never got around to it. Everyone has this kid just had this. It was 2 separate words. Did you see that?
Yeah. So does he have to put the space in there? Does he have to say like
space?
He has to say like FEDE space
ring.
But you've seen the movies? Seen the Lord of the Rings movies?
Yes.
Okay.
Not the Hobbit movies.
Yeah, you could skip those. My wife is huge, so my wife loves Lord of the Rings movies, but not so much on the. Oh, by the way, sorry to hear about Wheel of Time getting canceled at a.
It was better than
Amazon.
Lord of the Rings. I'll tell you that much.
I guess the wheel ran out.
Oh, I was going to put a Y in there. BAGYO was going to be my guess.
So hang on. So the kids on the other side of the stage are those all the kids that got eliminated already?
Yeah, those were from the semifinals last night. Next year maybe we should do the semifinals because you get more kids going on, and so you get a little bit more personality. I think that's what I like about the semifinals. The semifinals are kind of like the divisional round of the playoffs, right? Because you got more games with usually good matchups, whereas the finals is like the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Kenor. KENOR.
Sounds good to me.
Did David play this? Was this one of David's things? I remember harps and lyres, and I remember those instruments from the Bible. Whoa.
David Lee Roth?
Close.
So here's my question. How? Because training for this kind of event, I mean, you're not just sitting there memorizing, right, all these words.
No. A lot of them. Taquino? TACHINO? Is it Taquino? Sakino? Sakino. ZACCHINO.
I love how it says the word went from Arabic to Italian. How does a word just go from one?
Zechino. So the Kino was the CCHINO because it's like in Italian you have to have that H to make it instead of ch.
So that's what you're studying, right? You're studying those kind of things.
Yeah, roots, language rules, pronunciation, stuff like that.
Right.
There are some words that don't follow any rules, and those you just have to know.
Right. Right. Yeah. One of my favorite videos I saw is trying to teach English, and it's like EAR, ear, FEAR, fear, BEAR, beer. No, stupid, it's bear.
Yeah.
It's like
exactly.
Yeah.
My dad used to get heartburn every dime he ate.
That should be, instead of a spelling bee, it should be like a pun bee.
Oh, and there we go. That's my type of competition. That's what I need to get into.
I'll sponsor you, buddy. How about that?
There we go. So when there was one time in my high school English class, we had something. We had, you had like vocabulary every year. So
yeah.
We would get the We got the vocabulary one time, and our teacher made us write like a mini story using like a certain amount of words from the list. So you had to like work in a certain number of words and so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so like one of mine was like, I remember like there was a swage, and I was like, oh yeah, I just ordered a swage McBiscuit from McDonald's, and then it was approbation was another one. It's like, yeah, I just got out of jail. I'm on approbation. And so I didn't actually use any of the words. I just used puns of the words. And so, oh man, they got like the boxer coaches out now. They're like giving them water, wiping them, toweling them off.
Cut me, Mick. Cut me.
Yeah. Give him your left. You gotta give him. No.
I think what's funny is that what's funny is I did watch Rocky 3 yesterday, so that kind of checks out.
There's a kid wearing a custom Carolina Panthers jersey that says B.
Yeah, I see that.
It says B finalist on the back. That's a bold move, Jerry. Well, we got Peyton Manning doing Bush's Baked Beans commercials now.
I mean, Peyton Manning does commercials for everything, man. Like,
does he like? Do you think he showers in a quarter zip too?
Probably.
Is he like?
He's probably
contractually obligated to do it. Probably.
Or is he like? What's his name from Arrested Development? Is he a never dude?
Tobias.
Tobias, yeah.
There are dozens of us.
There are dozens. That's hilarious, man.
I love that. That's a great show. I need to go back and watch that again. That used to be one of my like. I need to have something on in the background. I'm just going to put on Arrested Development.
Yeah.
I never.
Yeah, I watched. Which one?
Aquila and the Bee.
Yeah, I've heard about it, but I've never.
I never saw it.
All right, so we're down to 5. Is that right?
Yep. This is the 100th spelling bee.
Yeah.
This is
so how
so that's why we did this, right? Obviously,
of course,
because it's the celebrating 100 years of the spelling bee.
I mean, I honestly thought that's why you wanted to do it. Like, I'm not.
No, it's actually just because I like watching the spelling bee. I was like, we might as well like get an episode out of it.
There you
go. We'll start. This will be a blessed and boy. Maybe next year we should have some. We should do the Manning cast where people tune in with us. We'll have some guests popping in. That's our plan for next year. For 101, we'll bring on some guests.
We'll reach out to former spelling bee champions and see.
Oh, that's a good idea, actually. The ones who didn't get talked to by the show, we'll get them. We'll take the cast. We'll take the rejects. Need to get the kid who was a Cowboys fan. That's the one I need to.
Like this Reese Davis guy, here at the like I don't know, man. I just remember like watching the spelling bee. It was just like it was just like, all right, next one up, spell. Just keep going. Now, does the time get shorter?
I don't think so. I think it stays consistent.
Okay.
Bergerat. I think this was also the name of the character Cyrano de Bergerac.
Oh, excuse me.
Does it come from rat, meaning a small furry rodent? Oh man, I was close. Wasn't even close there. They make it sound like it's Bergerac. I want some clearer pronunciations on this show. I'm putting my foot down here, Paul.
We could have a Seinfeld spelling bee, so you'd have like an anathema or anathema. Supercilious.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Frank describes Elaine as supercilious at one point.
I always found her. What's the word? Supercilious.
She's very.
Very.
Did you know that like he would legitimately forget his lines, like no. Jerry Stiller? So like those pauses he does, that's legitimately him trying to like
remember the line.
Right. Yeah. We could do Festivus, I guess. That'd be a...
This is definitely LACT. LACTOGOG. Lactogog. Or is there GUE at the end? Lacto. When you don't have a gog, you're said to lactogog. Oh, there is the GUE on the end.
There you go. Got anybody in the chat here?
I think it's actually apostrophe.
Yeah. Wait, say that again?
I think it's actually pronounced apostrophe. EPISTROPHE. Epistrophe. That's the award you get for best urinator.
Wow. My parents gave me that when I learned to use the toilet.
There you go. Epistrophe. That's what you take when you might get uromycetitis.
Hey, there's another word. There's another Seinfeld word.
Yeah.
Uromycetitis.
Hey, I got this one. I knew the PhD.
So I've seen this word before. I just never knew what it meant.
That's me in a lot of words, Paul. I've seen that before.
Seen it before. I remember when I was in high school, our teachers used to tell us like if you're reading something and you come across a word you've never seen before, like just write it down and look it up, whatever. I had like 3 pages worth of words. Well, especially like
she got epistrophe. Come on, man.
I remember having to read those Charles Dickens stories or novels. Man, those were rough. breaking down joint. What's the word?
That's about as far as I could get.
What's the word?
Lysigenous.
Okay. So this time limit, they didn't always have this time limit, right?
Oh no, they've always had the time limit. I think that's been pretty consistent.
I thought it was like the home run derby. Like for a while it was just
take as many swings as you want, just waiting for the perfect pitch.
Right, and then they put a time limit on it. Here's Bryce Young's favorite speller.
Yep. I think she's almost as tall as he is. Polypton. Polypton. Greek. Toton. Polypton. Boom! Nailed it.
Wow.
That just spelled how it sounded.
It'd be really fun. It'd be really fun if like they just threw in like pop culture questions, like as tiebreakers, like just
who played on Dawson's Creek.
right, like on the hit 90s sitcom Seinfeld.
Sickless.
I like the origin is made up of Latin parts and some English parts.
Some English parts.
All right.
Tell me which one is the English part.
Yeah.
It's got to be R-A-D-I, like radish, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Based on the definition, I would say, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Made up of Latin parts and an English part. Woo.
Oh, so we've actually got 6 spellers left, not 5. I think we said 5 a minute ago.
Oh, I thought, okay. 2, 4. Yeah, you're right. For some reason, I thought someone else got eliminated. Halftime at Madison Square Garden, Knicks are ahead. I don't know the score just yet, but
you got to figure the NBA kind of wants that series to go another game at least, right?
I mean, yeah, because otherwise you got to go a whole week without a game. Yeah.
I'm going to turn my light on back here real quick.
All right. I'll vamp here. Let's see what we got. Commercial here. What we got here? Oh, Goldie Bears. Delicious. I always love these guys that get to play football players on these commercials.
You can always tell they're like looking for something specific. Like,
right,
we need a guy who looks like a football player. What does that mean though?
Right.
Let's get some fat guys. We'll call them linemen.
And then the Anna Faris pink eye commercial here.
Is that her natural hair color? It's very light.
I think so. Yeah. I once binged the show that she had with Allison Janney, Mom, I think it was called.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it was on like CBS or something.
Yeah, it was on CBS. The old episodes were on, I want to say, Hulu, and I was binging it. And it was pretty good. It just got to a point where it's like, okay, I'm good. I don't want
to. Did y'all watch Big Bang Theory?
Yeah. So, that was my wife and I. That was like Thursday night viewing for us. Like it was on our DVR. Like it was, and then it just got to a certain point where I think it was after. It was right around the time Penny and Leonard got married. I think is when we stopped watching it, and then we checked in for the finale. But
yeah, like as one does,
right. In fact, when I interviewed at my my previous job, I forget the question in the interview, but like I compared myself to Leonard from Big Bang Theory. And they told me afterwards, like a week or two before I was about to start, they were like, "Oh yeah, Leonard starts next week." He's like, "No, his name's not Leonard. His name's Paul." So
you should have just gone and then let him call you Leonard. You would have
that show
a whole
was
different person.
That show was. It had its moments for sure.
Well, the early seasons were great, and then it just kind of. I mean,
right.
We watched like all of it basically, but it was like, we would watch, and like every now and then they would have an episode that was like, oh, they kind of, pulled out the fastball,
right?
Basically, but like. The early seasons were fun. It was just like after a certain point, it's like you can only run that story for so long before like we got
right.
Nerdy guy wants to get hot girl across the apartment building. Like we gotta like limit here.
Yep. A shout out to Josh in the chat saying hello to us. Hey Josh, how you doing?
Let me see. What do we got here?
May have to take another quick break here in a second.
Yeah, I know you're fighting it. So how long have you had the cold?
Yeah, since Tuesday.
Oh,
I just woke up Tuesday morning. Like didn't feel so hot, and been.
It's not the COVID, is it? It's not the Rona.
I don't think so. I haven't tested. Well, I haven't run fever, so like.
Okay.
It's just been like, headaches, sore throat, congestion, like that kind of stuff. So I figured it was like this random cold front that came through Houston.
Yeah, we got down into the mid 80s.
Right. And like, I mean, in June is Sunday, so like. Usually by this point in the year, we're
the Shiva Shankar girls. They're spelling bee royalty right here.
Okay. So, are they sisters?
Yes.
All right. So they won. Separately? I can't
remember what the older sister did. I know the younger sister did. She won in like 2015, like 10 years ago. I remember watching, I think both of them, because I want to say like I remember seeing the younger one, like watching the older one compete.
Oh, okay. You know who else would be great on a spelling bee, like a commentator?
Who?
It would be John Gruden. John Gruden.
You see that? He's got a real.
I tell you what. Tell you what, man.
I tell you what, man.
Tell you what,
Spider
man.
if they can spell spider 2 Y banana. Although
I don't care if you can spell. I don't care if you can spell. Can you read a defense? That's what I care about.
There you go. Given the content of his emails, I'm afraid of what words he might spell, though.
Whew. Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, that's that was like the hot rumor for like 2 or 3 off seasons in a row was that Gruden was going to come back and coach the Saints in some capacity.
Man, the Saints fan base comes up with some wild stuff, don't they?
Well, to be fair, Gruden did come to training camp, I think last year or the year before, to work with because he worked with Carr, obviously,
right. That's right.
with the Raiders, and he and Dennis Allen had a relationship from the Raiders. So
right,
but
isn't apathesia
so it wasn't totally
hair? Apathesia.
Don't mention. Look, don't mention it to Will Smith. Okay, just keep that.
Wasn't there a character on Arrested Development that also had alopecia?
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
I think if I had to pick a contestant right now to put my money on, it would be him.
This guy? Yeah.
The first one, not Sarv.
Yeah.
The one before.
Yeah. No. No, I think I'm still behind you somehow, but yeah, I get you. So is it possible for somebody to win this 2 years in a row? So
no, I think once you win, it's like you're done.
Oh, okay.
Did he say Sorrel?
Didn't he play defensive line for Texas?
Yeah, I think so.
Byron Sorrell. $56-45 Knicks at halftime, by the way.
Sorrel. That's my guess. Oh.
Ah, okay.
It's like Laurel with an S. Sorrel and Hardy.
Oh, because it's French, right? It's from a French.
Yeah, I thought the Greek would have played in there too.
Might have to go to the vet and get some medicine.
Rompu. ROMPU. Rompu.
Excuse me?
I think when I have Taco Bell, I usually have to take a Rompu afterward.
Wow.
I wonder if there's an E in there at the end. ROMPUE.
Well, it says Latin to French, so
yeah.
Rompu.
Rompu.
Rompu. Yeah. I was hoping with this cold it would make my voice.
Boom.
There you go. One of my favorite segments on Conan O'Brien's podcast was he had a cold, and he was saying that he likes his voice better when he has a cold.
So
I was hoping my voice would be better, but I don't know.
Not yet.
I'm hanging in there. Has anyone ever gotten a word wrong because they added an extra letter?
Yeah, I think there has been.
Like they spell it right, they get to the end of the word, and then they put like an extra letter on the end.
I feel like that has happened. PENANUN pin
Form of a ring.
NANULER.
What's the word?
Inannular.
Penannular. I feel like the end of it is ANNULAR.
Yeah, because isn't that like the word for ring? Yeah, you're right with the two ends.
Yeah, so pen like a writing pen. Annular. Yeah.
There's an episode of Rules of Engagement.
Yeah.
Where it's called The Birthday Deal. And
okay.
Sevenry, this is related to Costanza's kid. Savonry. I got no idea.
Savonry. Is this Savonry?
ERIE.
Maybe SAU. No. Okay. I was gonna say, is it like SAUV or something?
I got the SAVON correct.
Okay. Savonry.
We're on the verge of having another perfect round here. When I have an ingredient that the recipe says to put in, I add it to them.
Tell you, man. I'll tell you what, man. This guy.
I like this kid.
This guy's got more puns than.
He really knows his roots.
The innermost. What was the word?
Additum.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I feel like I know this. All right, I've seen this word for sure. Oh no, never mind. Never mind. I never see it. That would have been how I.
Was it addendum?
Yeah, I would have thought like ADD, something like that. Whew. Tyrese Halliburton just got his shot rejected by Mitchell Robinson. So how bad do you think the ratings are going to be for a Pacers Thunder finals?
That's what the league does not want. Although they may like it more if it goes like 7 games, then it might be okay. But like if you're getting Pacers Thunder, you need that series to go 7 and be a good 7-game series.
My favorite Pacers Thunder Immaculate Grid match is Detlef Schrempf.
Oh, there you go.
Because you can use the Seattle Supersonics players.
I still can't play it on my phone anymore right now. It works on the computer.
Oh, really?
Like, I don't know what's going on there.
I'm going to be honest. I haven't. Yesterday when you texted me, that was the first day I had checked in like weeks. And I was playing.
It's back now.
Okay. And I was playing. There's a new category on the football one. I don't know if you saw.
Oh, no. What is it?
20 or more touchdown passes in a season.
Ooh.
And the one of the cells was 20 or more touchdown passes in a season and a Super Bowl winner.
Uh-huh.
And I used Brad Johnson. Speaking of John Gruden.
I guess technically you could do Carson Wentz on that.
Sure. Yeah.
So on Rules of Engagement, like I was saying, the putty character, his name's Jeff.
Yeah.
But there was an episode called The Birthday Deal, and him and his wife had an agreement that every year on his birthday they had this special thing. And so like his friends were trying to figure out, but he wouldn't tell them what his friends what it was. And so his friends were trying to guess. They were like by themselves, and they're like, it's like David Spade's character was like, we don't know what his wife lets them do, or we have to figure out what Audrey lets him do annually. And the other character goes, we don't know that's what it is. And David Spade goes, annually.
Wow.
That's a great show. I need to get you on that one. That's the show I really need to get you on.
Yeah, no, you've told me about it several times. Which, by the way, I hate to disappoint you, but I have not picked up Justified again since I finished this one.
I watched the first episode of season 2 recently. This is the one where they introduced the actress who's also in The Last of Us.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I actually haven't finished The Last of Us either. I haven't watched the season finale.
I watched an episode of season 2 of House of Dragon. Do you watch?
Okay.
Are you a House of Dragon?
No. After the Game of Thrones debacle at the end,
it was a debacle, all right. Debacle is the right.
Now, I think my wife watched season 1 of House of Dragon, but I don't know if she's watched beyond that.
I don't think you're missing it. I'm like, should I even bother finishing this season? Someone's going to have to explain to me why I should care at this point. I don't know. It's just
our boy.
It didn't seem like anything's happening.
Our boy Walton Goggins, his other show Fallout is coming back for season 2 on Amazon Prime. Do you know about this show?
Isn't that also based on a game?
Yeah, it's based on a video game. It's like a post-apocalyptic type setting, and
kind of like The Last of Us.
Kind of, but
Last of Us is zombie related, right?
Yeah, Last of Us is zombies. Fallout is more of an actual nuclear fallout. Like there's a nuclear war, and that it's really good. I never played the game, but season 1 was really good. It stars Goggins, and then what is her name? Ella Purnell, I believe is her name, is the actress, the lead actress. I don't know what else you would know her from besides. Well, she was in Yellow Jackets. I don't know if you watch Yellow Jackets.
I know of that show. I had a friend at my last job who really said she really liked that show, but it's not available on anything I have.
I gave Yellow Jackets a try, and I maybe finished season 1, and it was just too. I don't know if I was just in a bad headspace or what, but it was just too weird for me. It was just like, I'm good.
Is it kind of like Lord of the Flies, but with girls?
Yeah. So, but the way they tell the story is, so they tell the story in. It's kind of like Lost, where they'll have present day, but they also have flashbacks. So the flashbacks are this high school soccer team is flying to some event, and their plane crashes in the wilderness. So they have to survive, and it's an all girls team, and they have to survive. But then there's also present day. So you know that some of them survived, but you don't know necessarily what they had to do to survive, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the intrigue of the show is but I might take another quick break here.
Okay. Molybdenine. Okay. Molybdenine's the number that comes after Melippa 8. Looks like he's struggling here. Running out of time here. Nailed it. Yeah, I think Servadnia is the leader in the clubhouse. Is that like a burglar? Burgle. Is that like a burgle? Like a seagull? Bergull? Oh, it's a fish. Bergal? I don't know. Here goes nothing. Just needed that extra L. Paul, this reminded me of a joke.
Okay.
Why do seagulls fly over the sea?
Because they're called seagulls and not land gulls. I don't know.
Because if they flew over the bay, they'd be bagels.
What was the name of the bagel shop Kramer worked at?
H&H.
H&H. H&H Bagels. Yeah.
No bagel, no bagel, no bagel, no bagel, no bagel. No bagel, no bagel, no bagel, no bagel, no bagel.
Okay, Scaroni's on the first guy.
Yes. Septieme. Septieme. I wonder if there's two T's instead of the PT though. Settieme.
An organ?
Nope, I was right the first time. Because septieme basically just means seventh.
Right. Right.
An organ mutation, is that like
a stop? Organ? Yeah. So there's a I'm guessing it's like a stop on the organ itself that will. Yeah.
Looks like Sarv took a bathroom break.
Who's that?
Sarv. He's not in his chair, so I assume he's taking a bathroom break.
I thought you said Sark, like Steve Sarkisian. I was
Steve Sarkisian's there, but he's not in his seat. He's
recruiting. Wasn't there an NFL player who was in the National Spelling Bee at one point?
What?
I think there was. Like an NFL player who at one point in time was in the National Spelling Bee when they were younger.
Know. That wouldn't surprise me.
For some reason, I remember watching a game and they showed footage of a player.
Was it Andy Reid in his punt, pass, and kick uniform?
That's what it was. Knicks are up 20 on the Pacers.
That's not a safe lead, though, in this series.
No, it's not.
A receipt is what you have when your first seed. It didn't go well. When you're on Passover,
Isn't that what?
You have to have a receipt.
Isn't the economy in a receipt right now?
Sometimes my hairline's in a receipt right now.
Yeah, I mean, I am aware. Oh, did I ever tell you? I don't think I ever told you this. I went to pick up my kids at school one day, and when you check your kids out, you have to show them your ID, right?
Right.
And so, like, I hand the ID to the lady at the front desk, and it's taking like a little bit longer than I think it should. And then I look over, and she's like looking at the ID, and she's looking at me, like she's doing like this. And I'm like, and she goes, "Oh, you used to have more hair." I was like,
I am aware.
I am aware. So I had a Costanza moment.
You did have a Costanza moment.
Although I think we've talked about this before. I don't think Larry David would welcome me into the Bald Brotherhood because I shave. I choose to. Yeah.
There's an episode of SpongeBob where he talks about where do you stand on the bald versus shave debate?
Oh my.
This is a tough one. Wow. Paul, I have an update.
All right.
Edmonton 3, Dallas 2.
Hey, all right.
We're back in.
I'm back, baby.
They're in the second period still. This is part of a Beatles song. Ola ni, ola na.
Oh yeah.
A lot of shrubbery going on. Was this list put together by the Knights Who Say Ni? Are you familiar with the Monty Python and the Holy Grail?
Oh, I am familiar. I haven't seen it in a while, but I need to rewatch it. My favorite part is the "'Tis but a flesh wound." That's my favorite.
Olana. Okay, that was just a.
So, when it says the word is from Hawaiian, shouldn't it be as from Hawaii?
Is there a Hawaiian language?
I guess there is.
I don't think we should be talking about this.
Yeah, you're right. I don't think we should. Let's move on. We're gonna upset our Hawaiian listeners that we don't even have.
You never know.
By the way, have you checked our metrics lately? See what we got going on?
No, I have not. I need to do that.
I'm gonna pull it up here real quick if I can find it.
Oh, what was I gonna? Oh, so there. Speaking of the spelling bee, there's those United Way commercials, the NFL players in the United Way that I always talk about.
Yeah.
There's one with Deuce Staley.
Yeah. Okay.
And he's like in a spelling competition, and the teacher says, like, she gives the word to this one kid, it's cat, and so she spells it CAT, and then the teacher holds up a picture of a flower.
Yeah.
She's like, who can spell this? And Deuce is like waving his hand. She's like, Deuce? And he stands up and he's like really excited. And she goes, can you spell chrysanthemum? and he goes, chrysanthemum? She got cat. and so they made him go sit in the corner. So
that's what I think of a lot commercial.
Whenever there's like a like one kid gets like a really hard word, and then or gets an easy word, and the next kid gets a really hard word. That's what I think of. It's like chrysanthemum. She got cat.
So apparently, we've got listeners in Italy, Belgium, Poland, the United Kingdom,
not Moland,
the Netherlands,
Jerry.
The Dutch, yeah.
Who are the Dutch?
Canada, and 3.1% of our listeners are from Russia, which sounds suspicious, but
the bots, Jerry, they can't get enough. Edmonton 4, Dallas 2.
Oh, that's rough. You think that's Yuri Testikov listening to us?
Testikov, the Russian writer. I don't know who's listening. And what I will say is like it's 3%. It's like been 3%. Like that's been a consistent number. Like it's not.
Yeah,
that's
so
not like a. It's not like a.
Shout out to
Russia.
Shout out to Russia, man. Thanks for sticking with us.
What if Putin's? They got to have something. Maybe they're listening. Maybe they're listening to us out on the front lines in Ukraine. Where's the Ukrainian? Well, I guess those would have registered in Ukraine.
Have you heard "Bless Dem Boyz"? That's my best Russian accent.
We listen to "Bless Dem Boyz." As part of our demands, we demand you listen to "Bless Dem Boyz" in Ukraine.
Another movie I watched or rewatched.
If he dies, he dies. Speaking of
another movie I rewatched recently was Die Hard. So yeah,
it's not Christmas, bro.
That's true. It's not. Okay, let's have this discussion. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie, Brandon?
I'm in the camp of no, it's not a Christmas movie because for it to be a Christmas movie, the point of the story has to be Christmas. Oh, by the way, someone just got pulled over. So our house is like next to a like traffic light, and like into our neighborhood, and so like the police will pull people over right on this street, like right by our house all the time.
No. Okay.
So someone is.
Was it Kramer driving on?
Could be Newman. He's a scofflaw, I hear.
Could be. I watched one of Newman's films recently, Jurassic Park.
You know, when I was a kid, that scene where he gets the stuff squirted on his eyes,
yeah,
that like scared me as a kid.
Oh yeah. So,
what year did that come out?
1993.
So I was like 7 at the oldest. So
I had not seen the entire. I had seen bits and pieces of it when I met my wife. My wife and I started dating in 2009, and Jurassic Park is one of her favorite movies of all time.
Really?
And so, yeah. So she was like, "We are sitting down, and you are watching this right now." So I was like, all right, fine.
Let me ask you, what is her favorite Harry Potter book?
Ooh, that's a good question. I actually asked her this the other day. I think she said it was Order of the Phoenix or Goblet of Fire, maybe.
Goblet of Fire. I thought everyone hated Order. If that's her favorite one, she's the only person.
Okay, we'll go with Goblet. We'll go with Goblet of Fire then.
That's my favorite. So we'll choose that one.
But so anyway, so we're at her. So when I first met my wife, she was living with her sister and her brother in an off-campus apartment at SFA. So we're at her apartment. She puts She puts in Jurassic Park. I'm in the living room watching it. Her and her brother are in the kitchen, which is like, right next to the living room. And you know the part where Laura Dern turns everything back on. And like with the she's like
electric thing.
Yeah, she turns it all back on. She goes, "Hey, I think we're in business." And the raptor jumps out from behind the like she's like standing here, and the raptor jumps out like right behind her. So when that happened, I didn't know it was going to happen. So when that happened, I yelled, "Oh Lord Jesus!" at the top of my lungs. My wife, I thought my wife was going to die laughing. She's like, she was like, she was losing it. She couldn't. So that's where So like anytime we would be watching a movie, because that's what always gets me. Like I talk about not being a big horror movie fan. It's just the jump scares. Like jump scares just get me for some reason.
Dora, like the Explorer, Dora.
Yes. How dare you, sir? Actually, I think it is spelled. I think I just saw it is spelled that way.
Depends on the closed caption person.
Yeah, that's true.
This kid keeps getting easy questions. Oh, okay.
See,
it's not Dora. It's not Dora.
I feel better. If I was the closed caption person and I knew, I would just start messing with people. I would just start typing like they're spelling it. Yeah, the closed caption is spelled Dora.
Okay.
And it's Dhaura or whatever. Excuse me.
I thought techie was like someone who helped you with your laptop.
Oh man.
It's like a whirling dervish. TEKKI
what do you mean?
Would be my guess.
A dervish monastery?
That's helpful. Hold on, let me consult my Turkish dictionary here. What is dervish? Like, isn't it whirling dervish? Isn't that the phrase?
Yeah, whirling dervish is a phrase, yeah, for sure. It's a religion, apparently.
A member of a Muslim religious order who has taken vows of poverty and austerity. They were noted for their wild or ecstatic rituals and were known as dancing, whirling, or howling.
There you
go. So we just learned something, Paul.
Who says we're not educational?
Oh. That's how I spelled it. Tekki. That's brutal.
Oh.
That's brutal.
Man.
Oh man, she's on the verge of tears.
So, who's this woman? Is she just there to like make them feel better about themselves?
She always does that. She's one of the judges. She helps to like make sure they're pronouncing the word correctly. And then her and some other people will like make sure that when they're spelling, like I said, she's one of the judges too.
All right, now we're down to 5.
Oh.
See, this is my guy. I think this guy's
Brian Liu.
Yeah, I think he's. Let's see how bad my jinx is.
Keyah. Kia.
Yeah, that's the Howard Dean. That's what Howard Dean said years ago.
Do you think this partridge is in a pear tree?
One can only hope.
Oh,
An Indian partridge.
I said Keyah. Strong spur, maybe. These partridges must ride horses. They have a strong spur.
I thought he was talking about Wimby.
De'Aaron Fox. Oh, Paul, you did it. You jinxed him.
Oh man,
that's impressive. Immediately.
I'm sorry, Brian. I'm sorry, Brian.
This is my guy. Immediately goes down. Paul,
I'm like,
tell me about how you think the Eagles are going to win the Super Bowl again this year.
Going all 17-0, baby. They're going 17-0. Have we had a chance to talk about the tush push not being banned?
My contention on this is like the original rule in the NFL was that you could not push the ball carrier. And then in like 2005, they just said, this is too hard to officiate. But like, bring back the rule. I also hate the.
How is that too hard? How is that too hard to officiate?
I also hate the offensive lineman like shoving the play 5 yards down the field after the runner stopped.
So because I always go back to that USC Notre Dame game with the Bush push, with Reggie Bush, and like I remember there was a big deal made about that, and I'm like, surely the NFL, can get this right or get the There's talk of the Saints maybe doing the tush push. But I don't know.
Keith Lee, isn't he in the Rolling Stones?
That would be Keith Richards. I believe.
They're dropping like flies now, Paul. We might be into the final round soon. We knew a Panther wasn't going to get the job done.
Yeah, that's a shame.
That's a shame.
That's a shame.
We need a Cowboys-sponsored player.
I would like to just go to this event.
Newspapers.
I would like to just go to this event one year and just be like the random obnoxious person who cheers for, like some, like
you're all winners.
You know who would have been good at the spelling bee on Seinfeld would have been Jackie Childs because he used a lot of
outrageous, stupendous, tremendous,
capricious, and arbitrary.
I like the thing that I sent you a Milchick.
Oh yeah, no, they definitely need Milchick's got to host this one year, like for sure.
He's got to be one of the guests at least.
Yeah, for sure. That's another thing. They could do celebrity. You know how they do like Celebrity Jeopardy or Celebrity Wheel of Fortune? They should do like a Celebrity Spelling Bee. And just do like.
Actually, I'm actually starting to think Faison may. He's. We're down to 3.
Okay, yeah, you got it.
His name's Brew Hut. He's got like a perfect name for opening like a sports bar.
Well, what is it?
Brew Hut.
That Brew Hut's hut?
Yeah, Brew Hut. You just come to Brew Huts. You get your beers. It's like Pizza Hut, but for beer.
Yeah, there you go. So we're coming up on 9:00 here in the Central Time Zone.
Almost up to 2 hours here on the show.
Yep.
We're down to 3. Once they get to 2, we'll go into the Yeah, once we get to 2, then we'll start. I think then we'll get into the final words, and then if they get through all the final words, then they'll go into the lightning round. I believe that's how it works now.
And again, they use real lightning in the lightning round, right?
If you don't get your word correct, you're struck by lightning. All right, into the second period for the Stars. They're still down 4-2.
Let's see. We're coming up on a minute 43 left in the third quarter.
Knicks up 18.
Knicks 86. 86-68.
Chipotle. Anytime I see the word Chipotle, there was an old Jack in the Box commercial where he went down to Mexico to get authentic peppers for his I don't know, some sauce or something, and so he's like, this lady was Chipotle, and then he kept saying Chipotle, like he couldn't pronounce the word. And so anytime I see the word Chipotle now, I just think of Chipotle. I'll have to see if that commercial still exists on the internet. That's one of the things that I love pulling up is like randomly thinking of a commercial and pulling that up on YouTube.
See, that's what the internet was meant for, and
absolutely,
it turned into like something else. But
we won't go into what.
Yeah, well, because I remember the first, like when YouTube first started, and like you could find like these things that you hadn't thought about in years, and you just find them on YouTube, like commercials or
my personal. What my favorite stupid YouTube video of all time is?
What's that?
It's called The Count Censored, and so it's the Count from
Sesame Street.
And he's singing a song called "I Am Called the Count," but then he says, "You know that I am called the Count," and then after that they bleep out every time he says "count." He goes, "Because I really like to beep. I beep the spiders on the wall," like that. And
is it sounds unnecessary censorship or something?
Exactly. Yeah. But I think this is like the original unnecessary censorship. So YouTube does have the smoked jalapeno pepper, chipotle. They have it.
Oh, okay. So
I'm gonna send you this.
I'm gonna shout out. I'm gonna shout out Andy, the Bears fan. We're in a chat group together, and he sent the group this video of James Brown, the late great James Brown.
Jim Brown, ladies and gentlemen, James Brown,
who went on, I think it was like CNN or some news channel, and it was not too long after he had been arrested. I forget what the charge was, and I remember my roommate in college finding this video and showing it to me, and this is like early YouTube days, and we would watch that thing for hours because it was hilarious. I'll try to send it to you. Actually, here, let me see if I can find it. I'll send it to you. Because he's on a whole other planet during this interview. And you could tell like the interviewer is like trying to keep it on the tracks, and he just keeps going. He's just on a whole other planet, man. Let's see if I can find this.
Oh man, the announcer, old Reese Davis over here, just busted out with "They're all winners in our eyes." You're all winners. So we got two guys whose first four letters of their name are Sarv. We got two Sarvs.
That's pretty good.
So are we starting the final words now?
Yeah, looks like it.
Thank you. It says round 18.
Yeah. So I started the YouTube search James Brown interview, and the autocomplete said high as a kite, and as I knew exactly what I was looking for. That's the one.
Correct. That's where you go when you're going to Tehran. You're going to Tarak. Going to Tarak.
I thought you ran Tarak. Now this guy who does the pronunciations, he's been doing it for quite a long time, hasn't he?
He's been doing it ever since I've started watching it. Dr. Bailey. So. Yeah. Or Dr. Bailey. Dr. Bailey, sorry.
As in George Bailey from It's a Wonderful Life?
It's spelled differently, though. It's Bailly. Of course, his name is not spelled with.
That's the final one. The tiebreaker. You got to spell his last name.
He knew what the word was. He was like, "This is a cotton disease."
A cotton disease? Is that what you said?
Yeah, it's a cotton disease of cotton.
Hopefully the Yankees aren't using cotton in their jerseys anymore.
I think he's the only contestant with a mustache.
That's suspect. That's might need to.
Can we see? What's that? That famous. Let me see. We need to see his birth certificate, and it says "I am 12."
I think that's the Benchwarmers. Is that the name of the movie?
I think so. Yeah.
That clip pops up on Twitter every once in a while. All right, final two. So your guy's out.
I'm cheering for the kid from Texas, though.
Oh, is he still? Oh, that's the last kid, right?
The last kid, yep. Texas has the most winners of any state all time.
Really? Wow.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we are a big state.
Yeah, but if you had asked me, I would not have guessed Texas. I'd have guessed like New York or California. Yeah, so
ACRE.
Acker.
Dennis Acker. We're down to one.
Oh, that's like David Akers. Almost, kind of. All right, here we go. Kid from Allen, Texas.
So he has to spell his word correctly in this round, and then he has to go back and spell a finals word. Because
seriously?
Yep. I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Who does this woman look like?
He was the runner-up last year.
Oh, this kid? Or
Yeah,
the kid from Texas?
Words. Yep, he has to spell 2 words.
All right. What happens if he doesn't?
Uh-oh. Kamalina.
Camellia?
No, Faison, dude. Everybody's back in.
So wait, so the other two get to come back?
Yep.
Wow.
Because you can't like win on someone else's mistake. And so like he has to spell his word in that round to get to the next, like the final boss, basically. Dude, wow, man. He got too excited.
We've got drama at the spelling bee here.
Kamalina is that's the it's like if the Panthers got bought by the last year's presidential candidate, Joe Biden and Kamalina Harris.
I thought you were going to say if the Panthers got bought by the Russians.
Kamalina. That's if the Washington team and the Panthers merged.
There you go.
Kamalina Pathanders.
Jesus.
Man, that's brutal. He was the runner-up last year. He knew he missed. Man.
Oh, but hey, your guy's back now. You're.
Man, I feel so bad for the other kid though.
Okay, so let's say this guy gets his word right, this first guy,
and
then the other two get it wrong. This guy would have to come back again
and spell one more word.
Yep. Okay. I remember an episode of Family Guy where they were trying to make Peter feel smart, and they did like a spelling bee, and they were like, it was kind of like that commercial you were talking about with Deuce Staley. It was like they gave all the kids hard words, and Peter's words would be like cat or.
I remember that.
Or actually, no, it might have been. All right, there you go. You got that one. It was a trivia night. That's what it was. And it was like, and his questions were like, what color is a fire truck?
Oh, yeah.
And I remember him saying,
oh, it was like what color? Trivial Pursuit.
Yeah, that's what it was. He's like, what color are those red fire trucks?
Yeah. No.
Oh. No. Lois. Man.
I feel like the clock should pause when like they have a definition that takes 30 seconds to give out.
I'm telling you, man, like I think the clock should start once the definition is done. Like once they finish the definition, then the clock starts. Nobody listens, though. Nobody listens.
Cereine.
He looks like he knows it. It looks pretty confident.
Two S's. Man, I love the glasses that James Brown is rocking in this interview too.
Oh yeah, brother! Look, I'm telling you, man. He is on another planet.
If Kenan Thompson from SNL was dressed as James Brown.
Yes. I think they may have even done a skit about I think they may have even done like a parody of that with Kenan Thompson. But yeah, it's. Do you know who played James Brown in the movie Cup? Do you know who played James Brown in the movie?
I know Amari Cooper. Sorry.
Amari Cooper, yeah. James Brown, I think in the movie about his life was played by Chadwick Boseman, the late great Chadwick Boseman.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's a Scottish Cooper.
Edmonton 4, Dallas 3.
All right. 9.5 minutes left in the game. Oh, good.
Faison's got one more year of eligibility left.
Okay, that's good.
So we're now in the final spell-off time.
Can he enter the transfer portal? That's the key question.
Depends on what NIL money is.
Excuse me. 9 minutes left in the game. 96-81 Knicks.
96-81.
Yeah.
Stars have 19 minutes left.
That's plenty of time. All right, here we go.
I'm sorry, the what river? Wow, Pest.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the river they mentioned in the definition.
Well, that too. What? Yeah, what? Whoa! Now that is a word. Check out this one.
All right.
Yeesh.
What is it? Whoa, Uapes?
It's pronounced Wowpes.
Wow. Oh, okay. Makes sense.
I just heard somebody in the audience go, "No!" Somebody got a little bit too into it. No.
Somebody lost some money. That's what it was.
Let's go, Faison. Win another one for Texas.
Here we go, buddy. Allen is right outside of Dallas, isn't it?
Yep. That's where Kyler Murray
Allen, Texas. Oh, okay.
I think that's right.
That sounds right. Good Lord, this definition, man.
CALDI? Or I wonder if it's KALDI. Oh. He did it. We have a champion. Texas again, baby.
Well, no, doesn't he have to spell another word?
That's right. He has to spell one more to. Yeah, Kyler Murray is from Allen, Texas.
And then there's, of course, former New York Knick Allen Houston, who is not from Texas at all.
There's also professional sports gambler Alan Boston, who's also not from Texas. He's also not from Boston.
My God, they're gonna make this kid sit through a commercial?
Yeah. You gotta sweat it out.
Man.
You know, I was gonna feel really bad for him if he lost after his snafu where he basically just KAM, oh wait, it's not that word. And he's just ring the bell.
Somebody get his corner man up there. It'd be great if they cut to him, and somebody's with a towel, like waving.
Yeah, he's like doing some punches and stuff. He did flex. He like just flexed at the cameras or at somebody. I think it's family in the audience.
Nah, he's got girls lined up. You know.
Edmonton 5.
Man, what was the over/under on that game?
Usually it's about 5.5.
Should have put some shillings down on that. Speaking of over-unders, I'm just going to check rebet here.
So they're talking about these Skechers shoes, and they're calling them a puff jacket for her feet. Do you think they're made out of Gore-Tex?
I would hope so. I would definitely hope so. So on rebet right now, you can wager on first-time Super Bowl winner. So if this is Cincinnati, Buffalo,
Detroit,
Cleveland, Arizona, the Chargers, the Falcons, the Jaguars, Detroit, Texas, Carolina, Houston, Tennessee, or Minnesota, all right? For one of those teams to win the Super Bowl is plus 170.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
For it to be I'll get back to it.
Yep. We'll catch it. We'll catch it after this.
We'll catch it after this.
Let's see if we can nail the championship word, Paul.
All right. Here we go.
Oh. Whew. He was the runner-up last year, but he gets to come back and he has a chance to win the 100. So he's probably thinking like, "Hey,
I
actually want to win the 100."
That's really.
Who wants to win the 99
that's really cool.
Anyway? No one cares about that. CLAR. Yep. Dude, that kid was locked in. That's like at that one round, I was like, okay, actually, Faison may have a chance. He didn't even wait.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
Holy crap, man! Give that dude his flowers, bro.
Yeah.
That is. What? So what was the word? How do you pronounce it?
Éclaircissement. So the éclair was
éclaircissement.
Yeah, that's like has to do with light.
Man, shout out to Faison. Man. Good for him. Good for him.
He said, I was ready to get it over with.
Yeah, you could tell. You could tell he was like, let's go. Let's get this over with. Oh, that's cool. His dad was like consoling the guy that came in second.
Oh,
good sportsmanship.
Yep.
That's what we like to see here at Bless Dem Boyz.
I'm trying to see
unless it's the Cowboys running up the score on the Eagles, then we don't want to see good sportsmanship. I would guess. Who are all these people?
He's got a whole like crew over here.
Seriously. That's really something, man, to come in second and then come back the following year
to go through it again, man.
Yeah.
That's
good for him. Good for him.
So you're talking about the first time Super Bowl winners?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's plus 170 that seems a little. I think is there can you take the field for like a minus 200?
Yeah, so minus 212 for somebody else. Right. So
yeah, I think I'd take the field in that.
So it's minus 212 for a non-first time winner. It's plus 170 for a first time winner.
Yeah, because you got like the Eagles, 49ers, Chiefs, Ravens all fit into that category. Like I think I would take those teams.
All right, there are Super Bowl 60 exact result. Okay. There are 6 scenarios or combinations, I guess, that are 30-1.
Okay.
Of these 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, all 6 involve the Eagles.
Okay.
So it's Ravens to beat the Eagles, Bills to beat the Eagles, Chiefs to beat the Eagles, and then it's the flip. So Eagles beat Ravens, Eagles beats Bills. Yeah. What's the? I want to find like the longest odds here just for fun. See what it is.
That's got to be like the Giant. The Giants.
Okay, yeah. Well, what do you think it is? What do you think the longest odds exact result
Giants
for the Super Bowl?
Beat the Browns.
Close. It's Browns. Giants to beat the Raiders. Well, there's a bunch of them at like 3,000-1. So,
okay.
But one of them is Giants beat Raiders.
Okay.
Let's see. How about Cowboys beat Titans? That's 3,000-1.
If we got into the Super Bowl against the Titans, I'd feel pretty good about our chances.
I would hope so, yeah. How about Saints to beat Browns is 3,000-1.
That's one anything involving the Browns or the Giants or those teams picking pretty early.
Yeah. I think we did this before, but defensive rookie of the year. You know who
is it? Travis Hunter,
the odds-on favorite. No, it's Abdul Carter.
Oh,
plus 220.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Plus 226 on Abdul Carter right now. Cowboys. Let's take a look at Cowboys here. Okay, stage of elimination for the Cowboys. The divisional round is plus 990.
Okay.
For the Cowboys to make it to and be eliminated in the divisional round.
What's the wild card?
Wild card is plus 470.
Okay.
NFC East finishing position. What do you think is the
like the 1 seed?
No. In the division, where they finish.
It's probably third is the favorite.
Third place plus 150. Fourth place plus 195. Second is plus 340. First is plus 700.
I think I would take some money on them to finish second.
Yeah, I think so. Okay. Regular season series versus the Commanders is the Cowboys.
Okay.
You can do 0-2 at minus 120, 1-1 at plus 151, 2-0 at plus 550. Either game to end in a tie is 30-1.
I would take you take the split in division games, and especially in this division.
Yeah, for sure.
That doesn't.
And then regular season wins is 7.5. Was that the number it was before? 7.5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I bet the over on that. What's the over under now?
Minus 163 is the over.
Let me see what I got it at real quick.
I want to say you got it at plus money when we did it.
That would be hilarious if all I got. It was either plus money or it was like a low negative number.
Yeah.
Dallas minus 101.
Yeah, so it's minus.
You know what we call that?
163.
We call that reverse line movement, or we call that value. We call that value, baby.
There you go. I want to say when we did the Saints, their number was 5.5, wasn't it?
It was.
Well, now it's 6.5.
Yeah, because we kept talking about, and you kind of talked yourself into going over on it.
This is funny. So Saints regular season against the Falcons, right?
Uh-huh.
To 2-0 is minus 116.
What?
So it's minus 116 that the Saints will sweep the Falcons.
That doesn't make any sense.
Which is it's hilarious. Well, I mean, yeah. So that's hilarious to me. Oh, here you go. Quarterback to play the first offensive snap of week 1 for the Saints. Shuck is minus 330. Rattlers plus 202. You could probably sprinkle a little bit on Rattler, but don't get your hopes up.
I wouldn't. Well, Paul, I think the first test run of our spelling bee watch along went pretty well. I think maybe next year we can do the semifinals.
I think so. Yeah.
Try doing the semifinals instead. Get a little bit more. See a few more different spellers. I think.
Yeah, this was fun. I definitely learned a few things that I'll probably forget. I've already forgotten probably. But
yeah, we've learned some words that we'll never be able to use in conversation.
Yeah, but next week we'll do a regular show. We're trying to get a special guest, hopefully next week or the week after. But
fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. We'll see.
Hopefully, Paul is recovered.
Yeah, I hope so, man. I apologize for my voice, but I played through it.
Yep.
Played hurt.
This is your flu. This is your flu game.
This is my flu game. Yeah. Hopefully it's not flu, but yeah, I got you. All right, folks. We'll catch everybody next week. Happy spelling bee, everybody.
Happy spelling.